All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. Thank you for joining us on a Monday. Appreciate it. We always have fun topics, fun guests to talk to, and joining us in studio right now, that would be from the GCI guys, Lee Goldberg, who is a former sportscaster himself. So I said, Lee, why don't you come in, because we're going to do 30 minutes of sports.
Oh, wow.
And I know that's up your alley.
All Josh Rosen, all Kenyon Drake.
That's right. Well, Lee, thank you for being here. We have so much to get to, Lee, in such a short period of time. I want to start with UNLV football. I know you went to your first UNLV football game last week against the wonderful Arkansas State program. That was a disaster. And I said, they're playing Northwestern over the weekend. We had Caleb Herring, former UNLV quarterback, on. And Caleb said he thought they were going to win. I didn't think that was going to happen. I hope they would have kept it close. Armani Rogers had another pathetic, awful performance, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to tell you something. Northwestern, not a very good football team. They're not good. They're going to be one of the worst teams in their conference. So what do you guys make of this? They start the season now 1-2. I think Tony Sanchez, sadly, is done. I think he's gone. And what do you guys make of the performance over the weekend? I thought it was bad.
I think most schools should beat schools like Northwestern when it comes to football. And if you're UNLV, UNLV is the only show in the state, in town, college football. You've got to be able to go out and dominate the conference that you're in, and you got to beat teams like Northwestern. There's no question. It was a little sad to see, to be honest with you. I was hoping for so much better with UNLV.
I will add, though, I did take UNLV.
There's no reason they should never not be a bowl team. That makes no sense. Sorry.
I took UNLV plus 18.5. They did cover by 16.
The thing about UNLV, it's weird because they have absolutely no history whatsoever. I think they've made maybe two bowl games in the history of the team. But that was probably with Randall Cunningham, which was almost 30 years ago. Northwestern's a Big Ten team. UNLV, you're right, though. There's a bunch of O'Gorman is an absolute powerhouse for football. Actually, Sanchez comes from O'Gorman. There's year-round football here, so you're totally right. They should have a good competitive team, but they just don't. And I thought they played fine. Northwestern's really
Armani turned it over again and just couldn't throw the ball.
Armani Rogers is not a quarterback. He is an athlete.
So why not start this other kid?
That's what I'm trying to say. The other kid that you're talking about should start, and Armani Rogers should be the tight end. That would be a reasonably formidable offense.
What do you have to lose at this point?
Because UNLV has a little bit of team speed. If you watch the game a couple of times around the corner, the running back had a couple of steps on the linebackers, but Northwestern was just better coached.
Look,
and Van Jefferson, that big touchdown pass from Hunter Johnson, who was a horrendous quarterback. But you're right. I do think Tony Sanchez
is horrendous.
He's awful. I do think Tony Sanchez is gone, but UNLV doesn't have any history.
Listen,
Lee, to answer your question.
I agree with you. I get Caleb Herring. He's a former quarterback. He wants to stick up for
obviously he has a bias.
Okay, I get that, and I love Caleb to death. Don't get me wrong. But these other people in town that have never played a lick of football in their life that are saying, well, Armani gives you the best chance to win. You don't have a chance to win with Armani Rogers. We're talking about making it to a bowl game. What does it matter whether you win 3 games or 5 games?
You don't have a chance to beat a decently coached defense with reasonable
better for the program
with Armani Rogers.
So what's better for the program? You start this other kid, Oblad. You start him, okay? And listen, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But these people out there that say Armani gives you the best chance to win, you don't know what this kid is capable of, this backup quarterback. You don't know. Maybe he comes in and he does something. Now, maybe he doesn't. But if you're not going to make a bowl game anyway, and clearly Armani is not a capable quarterback, then you got to start this other kid.
To just want to be, I think the problem here is a little culture, and it's let's just get to a bowl game. I mean, let's just get to a bowl. That's only 6 wins. It shouldn't be let's get to a bowl game. It's not a great conference. It should be to win this conference every year. And I got news for you. I think I told you guys this before. They'll be in the Pac, whatever it is, the 10, 12, 16.
Yeah, they'll be in the Pac-12.
Whatever it's called.
Absolutely.
It's happening with this stadium and this program. They're a UCF 5 years ago. That's where UNLV is right now.
We made a lot of comparisons, Lee, to these programs, whether it's UNLV and UCF. UCF has a program back when you and I were covering UCF back when Dante Culpepper was there, right? Back in the late 90s.
Well, I wasn't there when he was there.
But the point, understand the point I'm trying to make of that is that was a program that was at a starting point and then has elevated to a level. Now they're a nationally respected program that's in the top 15 every year and playing in big bowl games.
They're also in Florida, where they've got a population of, 15 to 20 million people?
Whatever the population.
Well, listen.
They
but
have
the
a
point,
much more
BJ,
fertile recruiting ground
about the
than there is
program.
here.
But this is Las Vegas.
Yeah.
This is the only show in town, and this is Las freaking Vegas.
Okay,
they should be able to get players from California
and
coming
once
here.
they have a brand name coach, which they will get, and an NFL stadium.
Not so sure about that.
Oh, they will absolutely get a brand name coach with an NFL
well,
stadium.
let me
No
close.
question.
Let me close on UNLV football by saying this. Okay, you're right. This has been a losing culture for a very long time. Okay, the fact that Oblad did not play one minute or one snap against Northwestern, to me, I disagree with it. I think it is unacceptable. They have an off week now. To me, Oblad at the very least needs to play.
Well,
okay, and he needs to play in. I'm talking quality minutes. I'm not talking about the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game when you're losing by Arkansas State by like 20 touchdowns. I'm talking about quality minutes. Armani Rogers is not a good quarterback, and I'm not trying to bash a college athlete that's 19, 20 years old. I am speaking the truth. He cannot throw the ball. He turns it over, whether it's an interception or a fumble.
He's not put in a position to succeed, to be successful, considering his skill set.
I agree.
If you want him to start, you run a triple option.
Right.
You cannot run that offense with him at quarterback.
I agree.
For that current, they have the line. Their whole line is 6'4", 330 across the board. And you know what? They outweighed Northwestern's defensive line by 70 pounds a man.
I agree.
They should have ran those guys over, but they're trying to throw the ball. Why? Yeah. That to me, that's horrendous. That's not bad coaching. That is horrendous coaching.
And you speak about coaching, and I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to end with this. Tony Sanchez usually comes on our show every week. He's great. He's a nice guy. He's easy to root for. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you bring a high school football coach with no college experience to the D1 level. Again, I like Tony Sanchez. This is not personal. He is not a good college football coach.
And it's hard to argue that he didn't have phenomenally superior talent all through high school.
Absolutely. When I heard that, I was floored. I was a sportscaster for almost 20 years. Yeah. You don't ever hear of a high school coach becoming a college coach, let alone at a major university like UNLV. I was absolutely shocked. I think it was very brave of the athletic department to make a move like that.
That's one way of describing it.
Well, it was.
I'll give another word.
It didn't work.
No, I don't think it was. I'll give you one word. It's called the Fertitas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's college
that's
athletics,
words, though, right?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, listen, they've donated a lot of money, and when you look back at Tony Sanchez, and no, I don't think he's going to be here next year. You could say, well, look at these new facilities. Well, I don't think if you want to give Tony Sanchez credit for that, that's fine. But it's the Fertitas that put the money up, but they're also the reason why Sanchez came back for another year this year. How's that working out for you?